Black History Month is a commemoration, vocab word, for Black activists, another vocab word,
who took their time out to go fight for what they feel is right. Like
Martin Luther King had a speech that violence is not the answer and no segregation.
We celebrate Black people that helped us change history.
It reminds us to be strong, even in politics.
What matters is what's inside of you and how you act to other people.
It doesn't matter if you're Black, if you're white, you should always celebrate it because you know the struggles Black leaders went through in order for you to be here right now.
Even though we may have the different skin color, we're still the same type of people, no matter what.
And a lot of people, they don't see me for who I am. They see my outside appearance, but they don't see what I have on the inside.
It's very hard to grow up knowing that you're Black and you have a lot of personal prejudice against you.
I see it on the TV and I'm like, is that gonna happen to my brother? Is that gonna happen to my dad? I always have that in the back of my mind every time that I'm home and they're not home.
Black history is important to me because I have to remember where I came from and I have to remember who came before me.
Because you have to look at the things that Martin Luther King Jr., Rosa Parks, and Malcolm X did for us Black people, so people can't treat us unfairly because they think some type of belief.
Because we are all people and we need to stand up for our rights.
There's still discrimination. There's still discrimination in all parts of the world, in all parts of the United States. We should still fight for what we believe in. We should still fight for getting what's right.
Principle number 5, I act. Action is needed. Through thoughts, words, and actions, we live the truth that we know. Knowledge of these spiritual principles is not enough. We must live them.
Hi, I want to talk to you real quick about the shelter. If you've never experienced our guests, either by hosting or overnight, or some of them stay around and get to do church service with us, you've missed something. I started this as just with an idea because my schedule is so busy. I did this as I'm going to collect things, and I do. I have all kinds of groups around town collecting, people collecting. I spend almost every day going to pick up something. But then I made the dire mistake of hosting and spending the night a few times. Oh my gosh, I am now an addict. I love our guests. They have such amazing stories, and the gratitude that they feel for us is amazing. We are food, we are shelter, we are a warm cot or a floor if it's really crowded. We are personal hygiene items. We are an ear to listen, and we are a hug. So their gratitude is wonderful. And I don't know about you all, but the shelter is only open at 32 or below. And I usually can't tell when it's 32 or 33 degrees outside. So knowing that they're outside at 33 or 34 breaks my heart. But I want to thank you for everyone that's helped so far with food items, collecting stuff, volunteering. Oh my gosh, you guys have made such a huge difference. And the stories that I've got to learn from our guests and the appreciation I see, and just my heart is overflowing with love, with gratitude that I have the life I have, and that we as a community, a family at Unity here, get to help individuals. It's an act of kindness that I don't think most of you understand unless you've experienced helping us and talking to our guests, because they are truly amazing. I want to thank Lisa for being our backbone. She does so much that you can't even believe behind the scenes. And I want to thank everybody that's donated so far. And I want to thank everybody that's going to help and donate in the near future. Winter is not over. We've got a crazy week again coming up. So please, please, please help us volunteer. You do not have to go to the church to do that. We'll train you. It doesn't take much. So I finished a lot of good books at night. So anyway, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for all you've done. And please come volunteer. We make such a big difference in these people's lives.
In the silence, there is peace. In the silence, there is unspoken joy. In the silence, there's release from a world full of chaos and noise. So I wait for these precious moments when I hear all that could never be said, and right here in this holy silence the silence there is peace. In the silence there is unspoken joy. In the silence there's release from a world full of chaos and noise. So I wait for these precious moments when I hear all that could never be said, and right here in this holy silence I find God, I find myself. So I wait for these precious moments when I hear all that could never be said, and right here in this holy silence I find God, I find God.